Canelo melts the iron and tames the lion. Hello, fight fans. Coach Nathan back at you again, and that's the title of my recap of this past weekend's main event matchup and dominant victory, which extended Canelo Alvarez's record to 60 wins, 2 defeats, 2 draws, with 39 knockouts. Jermell Charlo was down 35 wins, 2 defeats, 1 draw, with 19 knockouts. Now, first off, if your fighting nickname is Iron Man and your handle is Lions Only, you're going to have to deal with the scrutiny and probably the insults as well that come with your loss, just like you would deal with the accolades that would come with your victory. Okay, you got your butt kicked. Take some time off, go back to the gym, correct your mistakes, which a lot of guys don't do, then get a tune-up, and then fight and beat either Terrence Crawford or Tim Tszyu in hopes to redeem that macho nickname. Now, this is coming from a trainer's viewpoint. I'm not here to bash Charlo as other media outlets have done by saying he didn't want to engage, just wanted to go the distance, and just collect a big payday. Nah, it's the skill set of Canelo Alvarez that won that fight. It's Alvarez and the skill set that made the counterpunching and lateral movement of Jermell look feeble. So all the credit goes to Canelo. CompuBox punch stats showed that Charlo actually threw more punches, 398 to 385, more jabs, 283 to 189, but only landed 18%. On the other hand, Alvarez landed more power punches, threw more power punches, and landed a higher percentage of punches overall. It's kind of like a guy pecking, poking, and popping with his punches, and the other guy leaning into wrecking ball body shots and sledgehammer right hands over the top. Folks, if you're on the receiving end of that kind of power in a boxing ring, you're probably going to be a lot more defensive-minded also. Doesn't mean you're a punk or a coward, unless you possess the same type of power and ruggedness, aka Dmitry Bivol or Artur Beterbiev, or be one of the most slickest, elusive fighters defensively, aka Floyd Money Mayweather, and there aren't too many of those guys out there. As for the future, I did a video a while back on fighters waiting 2 and 3 years, all lining up for the Canelo Alvarez sweepstakes, as anyone who fights him will no doubt get a huge payday. We'll add to that list Terrence Bud Crawford, who's a great welterweight. Repeat, welterweight. A much more anticipated and competitive matchup would be the winner between Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade and David Benavidez, aka the Mexican Monster. Now, this fight is scheduled by December, with the winner projected to fight Canelo on Cinco de Mayo in May. Oh, and by the way, these guys, Andrade and Benavidez, are full-fledged super middleweights. As for the critics who said that Alvarez has slipped a bit, and some high-ranking boxing aficionados said he wouldn't be on an all-time great among the greatest Mexican world champions in history. And they're referring to guys like Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., Salvador Sanchez was an outstanding champion, but his career was cut short by a tragic car accident. And one guy, Carlos Zarate as well, he was an outstanding champion. And one guy even mentioned baby Arizmendi. Arizmendi was a world featherweight champ back in 1932, and he lost and beat one of the greatest fighters of all time, and that's 3-division world champ Henry Armstrong. I study fight history as well, folks, and all those guys, once again, they're outstanding champions, but they won in 2 different weight divisions, 3 with Chavez, and Arizmendi, he only had 20 knockouts and 93 wins. Canelo's never been knocked out, and he's a 4-division world champion. And while Hall of Fame and other legacy stats are usually done after one's career, it would be hard-pressed not to put Canelo at the top of that list if he beats the Benavidez-Andrade winner decisively and avenges his loss to undefeated light heavyweight champion and 2022's Fighter of the Year, Dmitry Bivol. And I'm sure I'm not the only boxing trainer in America to agree. So, that's my analysis on this one, folks. But don't forget, for elite boxing instruction, elite boxing analysis, and elite boxing philosophy, click the like button and the notification as well, and subscribe to NS Champ 7-part boxing series at nschamp7.com. And I'll be seeing you in the next main event.